So, financial independence in 2024. That's our goal. The way we're planning on getting there is tracking all of our finances. We've talked about it many times, but we're here to let you know that we fell off the tracking wagon and it cost us some money. Stick around and we'll let you know what we're talking about.
Well, as you can see, we are back home. We are not in beautiful Mexico anymore. And if you haven't seen us before, I'm gonna link up here our last video where we shared the dividend income for the month of October, as we're recording this video after the previous one. So the environment might be
slightly different.
Slightly different. I wish I would could listen to the sound of the waves and the sun. All that I can see is cold weather coming and snow in Toronto maybe next week.
Next week or the week after.
Yeah. But guess what? There's something else that we need to talk about. And as you have been following our journey to financial independence, we always say the importance of tracking your spending every single month. We didn't.
For how long?
6 months. We thought that we were like in control, but no, not really. And that's what we wanted to discuss with you today, right? If you are new here, my name is Jean.
I'm Christine.
And we are in Toronto, Canada. Since the beginning of 2021, we started this YouTube channel where we have been sharing our journey to financial independence, which is going to be in 2024. If, and that's a big if we stay in control of our finances and if we do the lessons that the financial planner told us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't.
No.
Right?
We keep talking about the importance of tracking. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's just kind of be more of a conversation and kind of own up to something that we talk about all the time, tracking our expenses at the end of every month and sitting down and going through everything and putting it into our wonderful spreadsheet. But we didn't do that since May of this year.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been 6 months and it's always been something, right? Like first it was, it's only 1 month. We'll do it next month. We'll get it at the end of June. Well, end of June came and we're heading off to Brazil. We're like, you know what? No problem. We'll do it when we get back from Brazil. Then the summer's here. We're out with friends. We're out going and doing and all that fun stuff. And we don't get around to it in August. Then September comes and it's, holy crap, the wedding's just around the corner. We have so many things to do, trying to get videos set up, and trying to get the wedding stuff together and organize the hotel. Didn't happen. And then, obviously, October, we were away, and here we are in November, and it literally took Jayon all day to do the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And what did you find?
Come here. It's a pain there.
It's his least favorite thing to do.
God.
He gets very stressed out.
I get very stressed out. I don't know if it happens with you or not. Share in the comments below how do you feel about doing that. Even if you do every single month, we go through this process, and as Christine said, we have to bring wine. I guess it's just to make things a little bit smooth and easier. But oh gosh, there was not something that I felt good. And I even though, as Christine said, we are still way better than what we were in 2019, I still felt like the stress. I still felt that I failed. That's basically what I felt. Christine was not doing, she was working during the day, and I took this task myself, but not good.
Yeah.
As you know, we are transparent about our financial situation, and we just wanted to share with you what is, I guess, the impact that is going to happen to us. And we even made a promise to ourselves of not doing this again. And I'm going to share with you, and stick at the end of the video, because we wanted to share with you the lessons that we learned and what we are going to do to not let that happen again. So what are some of the things that we learned?
Yeah, well, we learned that as much as we think we're sticking to our quote unquote budget, or in our head what we have allocated to spend for groceries or eating out, gifts for people, in my mind, when I'm out buying things or when we're out eating or getting groceries or whatever, we think we're staying within our little allocated amount of money. But what we really found out is that without tracking, it becomes a very unconscious thing. And so we literally probably overspent in our grocery category alone, probably $200 a month. So we try to stick to $500 a month for our groceries, which is quite a significant amount of money for two people. But we were spending over $700 and sometimes way more than that in 1 month than we would have if we had just stick to tracking our spending at the end of every month. We would have realized that, yep, this month we spent way too much. Let's dial it back. We have a freezer full of food. Why are we buying more meat? Just unconsciously spending money is the biggest downfall to financial independence, I think.
Another thing that we also realize that you forget where you spent money on. As we know, we don't budget. We just track our expenses every single month, but we kind of rely on the credit card statements that we have. In relying on credit card statement, it basically says you spent X amount of money on, company X, Y, or Z. But then you don't even know, okay, what did I actually spend this money on? Was it like in grocery? Was it, even though grocery is kind of easier, but other stuff that you go to a specific store to buy, you don't even know where you spend that money. As a result, what happens is, as we are tracking our expenses, I didn't even know how to categorize those items. And I am a kind of very goal-oriented guy, and I wanted to follow the instructions. I need to follow the process. And it's driving me crazy because I try to remember where I should put, that specific amount on, and I don't know. It's just like I wanted to start from the beginning, which is not going to happen. But that's something that it might also happen to you. You don't even know where you spend your money from. As I did say before, we use American Express. It's one of the cards that you do have it. If you don't know, American Express, you only keep track of the last 6 statements on your account. Oh, but if you want to get something at the beginning of the year, do they have it? Yes, but guess what? You have to pay for that, which is not what we wanted to do. Not knowing where you spend your money, it drives me crazy because I try to categorize and I try to see where we are, and it's not going to happen. So
yeah. We're going to actually, I think, put up on the screen like a screenshot of our the exact spreadsheet that we use. So Jean is meticulous. He has everything broken down from
34 items.
Yeah, there's 34 items on there. So everything from cell phone to the liquor store, we break that one out on its own, to eating out, to entertainment, and right down to
mortgage, taxes, credit card fees, loans, you name it. So it's 34 different categories that we follow really strictly, but
when you don't know where to allocate that money, like if there's a Walmart purchase on there, well, Walmart could be groceries, it could be clothing, it could be in our case like allocated to the home, whether it's light bulbs or cleaning supplies, something like that, but you don't know where to put it when you're so far behind in tracking your spending. So our numbers are probably skewed somewhat because we just couldn't remember from 5 months ago in June what that Walmart bill was actually for.
Yeah.
So it's a lesson we've learned, one we wanted to come clean with, because in almost every video we talk about how important it is to track your money. Well, it's so important, and we hadn't been doing it for 6 months, and it's cost us a little bit of money.
Yeah, you kind of ballpark, and then we go through. I was getting anxious in going through this exercise. I mean, as we record this video now, which I just finished this process 2 hours ago and I have to shower, I have to drink something. So it's really a stressful situation. At least with me. I don't know if it's the case with you or not. Christine is okay. She says we are still better. Yes, we definitely are better than how we were back in 2019 and even 2020, right? So there's gonna be a few graphics on your screen there you can see our improvement. But knowing myself, it's still kind of stressful and I really feel bad. I mean, that's how I feel.
So at the end of all of this, tracking is important because for us, 2024 is just around the corner and we haven't been on this journey all that long. We're well on our way, but our FI number depends pretty closely on a tight budget. We plan to geo arbitrage for at least probably the first 5 years. And so we're planning to live on, before taxes, $60,000 Canadian a year. If we don't track our spending, if we don't keep ahead of where our money is going at all times, we will not meet that goal. And if we don't meet that goal, that means we start drawing down more money than we should, which will affect it, snowball it down the road, and we don't want to run out of money. I don't think we will, but we need to make sure we're sticking to our tracking, sticking to our goals so that we can still reach our FI number in 2024.
And the importance of doing that is just because we are going to have a few sessions with our financial planner throughout the year and of course before 2024 to make sure that yes, this is where we are and we are good to go. So not having that, it might impact, it doesn't make any sense to put something out there that is not real. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we wanted to retire in 2024 and we wanted to make sure that everything that we have been working so hard, we are going to be able to achieve it, right?
Yeah. So when we get kind of carried away some months, we need to really reel it back in. So November and December, we're eating out of our freezer.
That's the lesson. It's not depriving ourselves. Don't get us wrong. I mean, if you wanted to do whatever we are going to do, is not the problem. It's just putting ourselves back on track, right?
It's the mindfulness of it.
It's the mindset that we have, right? Because it's stressful, and I mean, we are thank God, in a good situation financially. It's not a problem, but I always think about people who are struggling right now in not being able to make ends meet, right? So if it is difficult for us, we can imagine what happens with maybe you that are actually watching the video. It's just take it easy, track. No matter how many times, even though we didn't do, but we know the impact, and definitely those are the lessons that we are gonna make. So if you stick up to this point of this video, here are a few things that we are going to do to avoid that. Number one, put on our calendar. I'm gonna put on my calendar, actually I already did, every single month, at the end of the month, there is gonna be, a time slot allocated where we're gonna go and meet up. Not meet up, I mean.
Well, we live together.
We live together, by the way. Where we are gonna go and sit together with wine, as always, and go through the numbers. It's not, it doesn't take a lot of time, but we know what you have to do. That's lesson number one.
Yeah.
Lesson number two. Oh, sorry.
It doesn't take time when you do it frequently. Like, it took time today to download all the statements. It took time to go through them individually. But literally, really, when we sit down to do it, this doesn't take more than 40 minutes.
No.
I don't think.
True. Yeah. Number two, in our case, is grocery. As you know, grocery is one of the top 3 items in our budget.
Yeah.
And we need to stick to the plan. Do you want to know how? Wait a second, I'm going to show you.
This is my fault. Well, it's not my fault, but I like grocery shopping. It's probably my favorite thing to do. There's so many yummy foods out there and different things to buy, but this is how I track our groceries.
Here are our number. See? It's simple. It's not anything fancy, but we basically have a piece of paper, a notebook where we see here's how much we have, how much we try to
stick to,
and it keeps decreasing as we go. So that's how we are going to track our budget. Do you do in the same way? How do you do? Share in the comments below with us. There might be a better option than ours, but that's how we do.
Yeah. So number 3 is just staying on top of downloading our statements. We were this close to losing our credit card statements from Amex this month and having to pay for them. So not only had we not been tracking, we hadn't even been downloading our statements because we tend to try and go paperless. So we're trying to get everything digital so that when we do reach FI and then travel the world, we're not going to lose a bill sitting in our mailbox back here at home.
Yeah.
So the last thing we're just going to talk about real quick is the benefit of tracking. And this is what we've found since we started doing this in 2019. We're going to put up a graph. These are our numbers. This is how we like to visualize things. And this just shows you, I can't remember the colors offhand, but one's 2019, one's 2020, and then we've got 2021. And it just shows you how our spending has decreased really over the course of the 2 years, and that's solely based on tracking everything we spend. So we hope it helps you guys. We wanted to let you guys know that, hey, we kind of messed up on this one, but we're back on track. We're not going to let it bother us. We're just going to keep moving forward and only do better from now on.
Yes, as we know, we keep improving as we go. There are few months that you don't do it, which is okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yes, but that's life. At the end of the day, that's how life is. And just thinking that yes, we are in control, we are good to go. We know what is our number. We know, like on average, in ballpark, how can we spend. But at the end of the day, it did not work.
No. So lesson learned. Yeah, we pick ourselves back up and we keep going from here. So we hope you guys got something from this video. It was a little bit different than most of our normal videos, but we wanted to kind of share that with you and see how it goes from here.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks this time go to Adam. Adam is in Ottawa, so thanks for your email. We appreciate it and we hope that we are well and safe. And we are very grateful to be part of your journey.
Yeah, we hope you guys have a great week and we'll see you next time.
Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, ready?
Number 2.
What's number 2?
Good. Now we need to do a front face that we are sad. Okay.
When you're laughing, you can't do that one.
Okay. Good.
Okay, one of those will work out.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think so.
All right. Well, at least it's done. We can get that one out for this week. Next week we'll do the net worth. Right? Oh, want me to catch you?
Goodness.
Oh, tippy tipsters.